leg on it so it'll stand up like it is right now, or you can close the leg and use, again, these two screw holes right here. You can mount these on this on a wall somewhere. Real easy to do. You would simply put in two screws the measured distance apart, get them level, and screw them in until they snap. It snaps down in. You have to force it a little bit. That will keep this on the wall and make it good and sturdy. This is the large weather station, large display weather station from Explore Scientific. It is over in the carousel right now. It'll pop up here as the featured product in just a minute. This is the large display weather station. Yes, Annie.
Hang on, I was going to tell you something.
Got a question?
Never mind, changed it.
Tabby Tux, hello. Does the one with the large display have a backlight? Yes, it does. You can't see it here, and it's a touch display. It doesn't say it all the time, but it does have it. Thank you for that question, Tabby Tux. That's a great question. It also has a snooze function for the alarm, and the alarms work well every morning for a period of time. We could not find what was beeping because it would go off in here, and you know how you can't find a sound. And finally we determined it was a clock that was hidden behind a box. It took us a long time to find that alarm clock. So it's a nice, gentle, subtle backlight. It's not going to blind you in the middle of the night when you turn it on. It's not like hitting a spotlight or anything. So here on Amazon Live right now, if you're watching and haven't followed us before, we would appreciate it if you click that follow button. Also, as Tabby Tux figured out, there is a chat function. We love when people ask us questions about what we're talking about, because I can't think of everything, and by asking questions, I'm able to add that to my repertoire in future broadcasts, and I appreciate it very much. This is the large display weather station with indoor and outdoor temperature. Go over it one more time. It has an atomic clock function, so it sucks in the time out of the radio waves that come in. Like in here, we're in the middle of a very large metal building. Might have to move to a window or towards a door and let it find it, and then it'll pick it up, and then it'll be okay after that.
I remember my question now.
Yes, Andy, your question. She remembered it.
Can you plug it in the wall at all, or is it just battery operated?
Have to look on this one. This is just battery operated. There is no adapter with this one. That's a good question. The next one I'm getting ready to show you, you can plug into AC outlet and power it without batteries. Look on here and make sure. Yes, there is no power port on here. It's simply runs off two AA batteries. And again, it's been 4 or 5 months since I've done weather and time products. So this has been going for easily 4 or 5 months, and the station is working just great. The weather sensor on this one, I haven't put batteries in it. I noticed it right before we started, and I didn't bother to put batteries in it because, you know, don't need it really. So the question is, how do you know? How do you know what's going on with the weather? Weather stations like this is a great way. Weather affects our lives in many ways. For instance, you know, as school gets going, you want to know what's going to be going on with your kids. Yes, we all have smart devices we can look at, but you also want to know what it is exactly where you live. And this is a fine way to keep that monitored, as well as monitor a number of other rooms in your house or the outdoor temperature as well. This is the Explore Scientific large display weather station and clock. Has dual snooze, a host of functions right here. So, we have another question. Tabby Tux, can you show the light function? Tabby, I can't because it's just, it's so bright in here, the studio lights just don't, I mean, I can barely see it here. No, that's going to throw the cameras in a disarray. Okay. Yeah.
But that's a nice function, right? Because you don't want it to just blast your eyes
it's
in the middle of the night.
Exactly. It's not so bright in the middle of the night you're going to hit it and blast your eyes. Because last thing you want to do is blast your eyes with a whole bunch of bright white light, because then it's going to wake you up, and that's not what the goal is. So, Tabby, I'm sorry I can't show that to you. It's just, there's just too many studio lights. Hey, there's a message I can't read that's got some stuff in front of it. Noah, could you come over and...
Yeah, because do any of the ones you have on have a weather alert function?
None of these do. These are not the weather alert radios like if there's a tornado watch or warning issued for your area, it does not have that kind of alert. That is a great question as well.
But we do have one that does that.
None of these that I'm showing today do. We do have one though.
Yeah, we do, but it's not any one of the ones you're showing today. But it might be on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. What? Go ahead and put it.
I think it's the 7-in-1.
That's a big weather station.
It's the 5-in-1 and the 7-in-1 . I think both
So
do
you
that.
can go ahead and put those over there. I mean, they'll show up. They're really big. They're full-blown weather stations. Yeah, put them in the carousel. So we're going to put those in the carousel there for you, Tabby. These are, they have a large unit that mounts outside. I did not bring one. I'll do one next Monday for you. So come back next Monday and I will show you the 5-in-1 weather station and the 7-in-1. These are big, robust weather stations that offer a host of information, including the 7-in-1 has UV index indicator for current UV levels, a UV level predictor, all sorts of stuff on that big weather station. And again, I will do that next Monday because we have a whole bunch of weather and time products we want to talk about. So this is the color weather station. I actually have one of these and use it in my travel trailer when I go camping. It's really nice to know when you're out at a state park and you know it's going to get cold because the forecast has been to get cold and you're snug as a bug inside and you find out by looking at the weather station that it's a whopping 17 degrees outside and you're just snug as a bug inside your camper and makes it awful nice as well. So this is the color weather station with multiple sensors. This comes with two colors, either black or white. I have the black version and it has 3 sensors. So the sensor here that's built in and then 3 additional remote sensors. So I have, when I'm camping, I put a sensor under the sink so I'm sure of what the temperature is there because you know you don't want it to freeze up in there. You want to take steps before that ever happens. And then I put the other sensor outside and I don't use the 3rd sensor. I keep it as a backup. So great. I've really enjoyed using it. It's nice and well lit. The colors make it easy to see. As you can see, it's got this one has a plastic cover on it showing them. But as you can see, it's got a forecast right here, partly cloudy and sunny. And it's got a cute little flower on it right there that shows up. Time, date, indoor, outdoor temperature, sensor temperatures, outdoor 1, outdoor 2, outdoor 3, indoors. Very nice design, very nice to use. A lot of information right there at your fingertips.
Pull it back just a little bit.
Tabby says, lost the signal. I'm not seeing myself on the monitor now.
The internet's spotty again.
We're going over here.
We have, is it live?
Yes.
Over there, Noah?
Yeah, I'm seeing you live.
So, all right, we're still going apparently. We've been having spotty internet trouble here periodically, and last Friday was chaos. Not chaos, just uncontrolled chaos. Mayhem, I don't know. It was frustrating. We had a couple of starts and false starts and stops and everything else. So,
will you pull it back just a little bit because we can't see it? It's got a reflection. Oh, there you go. That's perfect. Thank you.
there you go. Okay, thank you. So I can't tell where the reflections are going to hit. It's just angles and lights and everything else. So this is the Explore Scientific weather station. It has the slogan, Explore Better Living. And this way you can tell what's going on temperature-wise and has a forecast as well. It's based on the barometric pressure that's going on. So if the barometric pressure is going up, you know it's going to be partly cloudy. If it gets high enough, you know it's going to be clear, and that's how it does that. So those weather stations should be popping up in the carousel at some point fairly quickly. Tabby, so you can take a look at them directly. We can't refresh our browser because if we do that, it shuts down the whole switch in studio. So we're just along for the ride until we actually lose signal, and then we'll reboot some stuff.
There's a question.
Yes.
On another platform that says, can you program the names of the sensors?
They're already programmed outdoor 1, outdoor 2, outdoor 3. So if you put outdoor 1 in your kid's bedroom, you're just going to have to remember that outdoor 1 is outdoor 1, right? Is really kid's bedroom, and outdoor 2 is the kitchen, and outdoor 3's the outdoors, or your garage, or whatever you need to put it in to control the temperature. My dad had a wine cellar where he made wine, and he had a thermometer in there, and he was always going in and checking it just to see what the temperature was, especially if it got warm in the fall. And he would have loved to have had one of these so he didn't have to go down in the cellar. But it was always good to go down in the cellar and watch the grape juice bubble away, working its magic, the yeast working its magic. All right, so what else? Did I miss anything? Let me see if I missed anything. 3 sensors, low battery monitor sensors, backlight, 3 outdoor sensors. Yes, this one runs off of AC power. It has a 5-volt DC adapter, and it draws 150 milliamps to keep it running. So very, you could, if you have it inside, you can plug it into the wall adapter and have it run off the AC power. And I'd say keep batteries in there so the power goes out, you still know what the temperatures are.
Yeah, so one of the things that we've found in our weather stations is that if they come with a wall adapter, it's recommended that you keep them plugged in, because sometimes the battery is actually only equipped for if the power goes out. And so,
Do you have a microphone over there?
Yes, I'm talking in a microphone.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if you did or not. I can see this much of Annie.
I'm small. I'm sorry. I'm short.
And she's over there in the dark, and I can just sort of see her top of her head moving. So
yes, that's one of the things we learned. So we usually recommend that you keep it plugged in, so that way that battery lasts and you don't have an oops whenever the power goes out.
Absolutely. That way you can keep the time and temperature. Last night the power went out in my house. I found out because I use a CPAP, and it went off, and I took it off and said, "Dadgummit, what's going on?" Finally, I realized that it was off, and the power was off for about 5 minutes, came back on. So thank goodness, because I would have snored my way through the night, and that wouldn't have been pleasurable for me or my wife. So the cats may not have cared, but my wife would have cared. Anyway, we have a whole bunch of other weather and time products here on Amazon. You can go over to the Explore Scientific store on Amazon Live and check out our weather and time products. There's a whole host of products. I think we have like 32 or 36 different products. We'll be working through those for the next couple of weeks and showing you some differences in those. So let's see.
So I have a question.
Yes.
Can you put the sensors out in direct weather, or do they need to be covered up?
I would not put them out in direct weather. I'm going to say don't do it. I don't know what the directions say, but when you're getting temperature, you don't want it to be in direct sunlight. You want it to be where it's measuring the air temperature, not sun pounding on it. So it needs to be, under the eave of the house or on your patio or something like that. If you ever look at official weather station sensors for the National Weather Service or NOAA, they're generally housed in a white box that has the air can blow through it. It's 4 or 5 feet off the ground, and they're always painted white. Why? Because white doesn't absorb the temperatures from the sun nearly as much as the others. But I would say do not put these sensors out in the weather. Now, when you get the 5-in-1 or the 7-in-1 weather forecasting station, that has rainfall, has a rain gauge on it, has a wind speed, has an anemometer, wind speed indicator. It also has a direction indicator, so that actually does go out in the weather and is perfectly fine to set out, mounted on a pole on the eave of your house or in your backyard somewhere. So yes, those are made to go outdoors, but I'm going to say these are not. I could look them up real quick, but that would be boring watching me read until I found it. But my instincts tell me, and I think my instincts are about 100% right, don't put these out where they're going to get exposed to lots of rain, right? And that's the enemy of electronics is rain.
Now, do any of these smaller ones do barometric pressure, or do you have to have or is it only our bigger ones?
The bigger ones display it. The forecast comes because of barometric pressure, but this one does not display barometric pressure. I'm going to make sure that's correct. Yes, it does not. But it does have a forecast function on it. Oh, it does have barometric pressure. It just doesn't show you what it is. It shows you whether, no, that's not barometric pressure. It shows you whether the temperature is rising or falling.
Oh, that's cool.
But it does not, I do not believe it has barometric pressure displayed. It's always nice to see what the barometric pressure is. And that's one thing that unless you have dig into some of the smartphone apps, it's not readily available many times. So conversations, questions, if you're out there, we would love to have a question, a shout out, or give us a follow if you like what you're seeing.
One Mon says hello.
Who does?
One Mon.
One Mon says hello. Hello back to you. Thank you for giving us a shout out. We're always eager to hear from the people who tune in, and we thank you for that. It is a gift of your time to us, and we truly appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for it. So I'm going to cycle back, and we're going to spend the next couple of minutes talking about the first item we went to here on the show, and that first item is the wireless rain gauge with outdoor temperature. All right, so this is a rain gauge right here from Explore Scientific. It's part of our time and weather series. It comes with the rain gauge and an indoor monitoring system. It has a thermometer in it as well. I'm always fascinated. It was years before I understood how a rain gauge worked. Had some ideas, but the rain goes through a very known size of area, and it drips into through that little hole, and the rain goes into this little rocker right here. It's like a seesaw, and when this side fills up with 1/10 of an inch, it flips over, and it just, every time it flips over, it adds 1/10 of an inch of rain to the rain, and then after a certain period of time, it resets itself. This is the wireless rain gauge with temperature from Explore Scientific weather line. It is a fantastic line. They're nice, beautiful, white, elegant, well-designed pieces that provide you with a host of information at your fingertips about right there in your backyard. They're over there in the carousel right now. Did the 7-in-1 and 5-in-1 pop up? I can't see the whole carousel.
I'll put the 5-in-1 and I can put the 7-in-1.
That's okay. The 5-in-1's there, so you can take a look at it. The 7-in-1 is a little more expensive, but it's much more powerful in what it does as well. There we go. There's the 5-in-1 showed up right there. The 7-in-1 is the one that has the UV indicator and a couple other things that the 5-in-1 does not.
So I have a question real fast about this. If it's like a downpour, will it immediately read however much water is in there, or does it take time, like a little trickle?
No, it'll as that 1/10 of an inch thing fills up, it'll go click, 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 click.
Okay.
And what does it do with the water? It literally just dumps it out the bottom. It literally just, when it goes in, it flows out right here, right? So the rain goes in and then it just flows out right here, right there on each side. So it just dumps the water out and resets. And
almost like a strainer.
Almost like a what?
A strainer.
Yeah, almost like a strainer. And it just, water goes through it. Now, obviously, if a leaf or something gets in this, and you want to set these away from trees where they're going to get a bunch of leaves and stuff in it. A leaf obviously could plug the hole and it'll fill up and not give you an accurate gauge. But if it's raining so hard it can't keep up, it's whether it rains 6 or 7 inches probably is not going to matter too much at that point. So, any other questions over there, Annie, coming in from?
No, I don't have any questions.
Sandy says, stuttering and chopping video for me. Yes, Sandy, we're sorry about that. We've been having trouble with our internet here. It tends to happen in the afternoons, which is when the broadcasts come on. We've been working on it and trying to find a solution. We had been using wireless. We've gone to a wired connection, and that's helped a little bit, but not much. But thank you for letting us know, Sandy. We appreciate that feedback. It gives us more ammunition to go and say, hey, we're getting comments from the viewers, and we need to get this fixed so they have a good experience with Explore Scientific and our products. And it's 3:30, so it's time to wrap up our show. Thank you for spending some time with us today here on Amazon Live. You can click over there on the carousel for the next couple of seconds and make a purchase and find out what's going on in the weather specifically in your house and around your house. For the staff here at Explore Scientific, including Annie, who's setting in and doing the director duties in the absence of Paul, who is on vacation. I don't know who approved it, but golly, but it's a good reason for Annie to learn new skills. And Noah Menard over in the Marketplace Brain Center. Noah waves hi like that today instead of waving over his shoulder. So we appreciate what Noah does, and he gets everything up and current on the marketplaces, and that makes a huge difference in your ability to make accurate, well-informed purchases. So, again, on behalf of everybody here at Explore Scientific, thanks for watching. We'll be back on Tuesday with Fun Day Tuesday. Annie and Lucy will be up here showing some of our fun toys and kid-oriented STEM gear. It's going to be a great show. Wednesday, I've got First Light Chronicles. Thursday, On the Wing, a birding show. And Friday, Focus on astrophotography. It's going to be a full week. I hope you're having a pleasant Monday. And some places, it's already Tuesday, so I hope your Tuesday is off to a good start. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Bye-bye, everybody.